In 31 minutes of G League play, 2 baskets made, 5 turnovers, and a negative plus-minus. These aren't the numbers of an undrafted rookie fighting for a chance. They're the statistics of a player whose NBA contract is worth $7.8 million. The Bronny James experiment isn't just failing. It's challenging everything we know about NBA merit. Let's start at the beginning and talk about something that's been making gossip in the NBA: Bronny James and his controversial leap into professional basketball. At USC, Bronny was barely making an impact as a college player. The numbers weren't impressive, the highlights were few and far between, and there wasn't much to suggest he was ready for the next level. Most college players putting up these kinds of modest numbers would be looking at another year or two of development, not an NBA contract. Yet somehow, here we are. The rush to the NBA. While most second-round picks understand they need time to develop, Bronny's path was drastically different. Let's look at guys like Austin Reeves and Alex Caruso. They spent 4 to 5 years in college becoming legitimate players. Reeves started with just 4 points per game as a freshman, but stuck it out, transferred to Oklahoma, became an all-conference player, and earned his way to the NBA. Caruso was a 4-year player who made all-conference and all-defensive teams before getting his shot. That's the normal path, the earned path. But with Bronny, there was this bizarre rush to push him into the NBA spotlight. While other players were grinding through multiple years of college ball to earn their shot, Bronny basically skipped the line. When Magic Johnson compared Bronny to Reeves and Caruso, it showed a fundamental misunderstanding of their journeys. These guys earned everything they got through years of development and improvement. Bronny's path? Well, that's a different story entirely. The questionable contract. Despite being the 55th pick in the draft, Bronny somehow landed a 4-year, $7.8 million deal with $4.35 million guaranteed. Let's put that in perspective. The 3 draft picks ahead of him, Anton Watson, Cam Spencer, and Quinton Post, all got 2-way contracts worth just $578,500. Even Maxwell Lewis, picked at number 40 by the Lakers, only got $3.1 million guaranteed on a similar 4-year deal. The disparity is striking when you consider the draft position. We're talking about a 55th pick getting the same kind of money as someone who picked 15 spots higher. In the NBA, draft position matters. The first overall pick gets around $57 million over 4 years, while the 16th pick gets about $19 million. So why is the 55th pick getting paid like the 40th? The math just doesn't add up when you look at typical NBA rookie contracts. He's Summer League struggles. When Bronny first stepped onto the court as a pro in Summer League, we started seeing some concerning signs. In his total professional appearances, including Summer League, he's managed just 35 points, 9 assists, and 12 turnovers. He's shooting 26% from the field and 4% from three-point range. To put that in perspective, Shaquille O'Neal, a center famous for his poor outside shooting, shot 1 for 22 from 3 in his career. Bronny is currently shooting at Shaq-level percentages as a guard who's supposed to be able to shoot. The preseason reality check. The preseason really exposed the gap between Bronny's current abilities and NBA-level play. Among undrafted rookies, not even drafted players, just undrafted rookies, Bronny ranked dead last in points per game, shooting percentage, free throw percentage, and plus/minus. In one particular game, he scored 17 points on 17 shots in a game the Lakers lost by 50 points. That's the definition of empty stats, putting up numbers in garbage time when the game was long decided. The NBA debut reality. Then came the much-hyped NBA debut. 3 minutes of playtime, 1 missed a three-pointer, and back to the bench. The media tried to sell this as some historic father-son moment. But on the court, there was nothing to celebrate. Some commentators were literally getting emotional about what they called a historic moment. But it was 3 minutes of forgettable basketball that felt more manufactured than earned. The G League disappointment. The G League debut was supposed to be Bronny's chance to show he belonged in professional basketball. Instead, it became another example of his struggles. In 31 minutes, which is a lot of playing time, he managed just 6 points, 4 assists, and 5 turnovers, shooting 2 for 9 from the field, and missing all his three-point attempts. Despite getting the second most minutes on the team and taking the third most shots, he was the only starter with a negative plus/minus. What's particularly concerning is his passivity on the court. While other G League players are fighting for their basketball lives, Bronny often looks like he's treating the game as a hobby. Most G League players would be cut immediately if they showed this level of passive play. But Bronny's situation is different. The media circus. The media coverage has been completely over the top. Every single move Bronny makes gets analyzed like it's Game 7 of the finals. ESPN, House of Highlights, and Bleacher Report, all of them are creating multiple videos and articles about a player who's barely seen the court. Even when the Cavaliers blew out the Lakers by 24 points, ESPN's headline focused on Bronny James scores first NBA points as dad watches from the bench. This year's second round of the NBA draft was moved to a different day for the first time ever. Many speculate this was to maximize coverage of Bronny's selection. Meanwhile, other rookies who are actually performing well can barely get a mention. Have you seen any breakdown clips of Alex Sarr, the #1 pick who played 22 minutes in his debut? What about Reed Sheppard or Dalton Neck's good moments? They're all being overshadowed by the Bronny show. The Lakers' dilemma. The Lakers find themselves in a particularly tough spot. This is a franchise known for legends like Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Elgin Baylor, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal. But now they're stuck trying to develop a clearly unprepared rookie while managing all the expectations that come with the James name. For Jeannie Buss to allow this on her watch has some longtime Lakers fans questioning the direction of their storied franchise. The Lakers have essentially become a prop for the James family brand and legacy. The path forward. Right now, we're watching someone who skipped crucial development steps and got thrust into the spotlight before he was ready. The NBA isn't a development league, it's the highest level of basketball in the world. Most players who weren't instant stars needed time to develop their game, whether in college or the G League. The biggest concern isn't just Bronny's current performance, it's the precedent this sets. When we start prioritizing name recognition over merit, it damages the integrity of the game. Every roster spot in the NBA should be earned, not given. Every contract should reflect a player's actual value and potential, not their family connections. Bronny's fast track to the NBA seems more about his last name than his current abilities, and that's not doing him or the game any favors. In the end, this might be remembered as a cautionary story about the dangers of rushing development and prioritizing marketability over basketball ability. And with that, we've reached the end of today's video. Can Bronny James ever step foot in the NBA again without his family connections? What are your thoughts about this? Share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and share it with your friends. Don't forget to hit that bell icon for future updates. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned and take care.